Hey friends, thanks for tuning in. This is a podcast where I speak on feelings, sex, friendship, and whatever else makes you uncomfortable. Join me on my journey as I give you something worth listening to. Hello, good afternoon, good night, good morning. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Something Worth Listening to. I feel like I need to start it off in another way, like something more exciting for you guys, something more interesting. Maybe if I put my voice lower a couple octaves. That was sexy, and I think I'm gonna leave that in there because why the fuck not? Anyways, update on my life. Let's see. Love/sex life. Haven't gotten touched, fucked, or licked. But it's okay because I am waiting for my prince. I'm done with these fucking frogs. I mean, knowing me, I probably dubbed my prince thinking he was a frog, but I guess we'll find out in the future because what's meant for me will be for me. Social life. Haven't really had one, but that's okay too because what's meant for me will be for me. Work life. All right. I told you guys I was dental assisting again, which I feel like that's such a grown-up job. I sound so professional. Like, oh, what do you do? I'm a dental assistant. And I work Old Navy, of course. Still there. Honestly, guys, my life is just boring. I have no spark. I go to work, I come home, drink like 3 glasses of wine, which I need to relax because it's not okay. And therapy is going well. I love my therapist. She's bomb. But yeah, my life is kind of boring. Let's get into this episode. I don't want to embarrass myself talking about nothing any longer. But okay, so earlier this week on my Instagram, yesterday or something, whatever, I had asked you guys for topics or suggestions on topics that you wanted me to talk about. So here we are. I got someone that said first traumatic experience. That's kind of deep and kind of dark. And if we're being honest, I don't remember. I can tell you something traumatic that happened to me. Actually, every day I live with trauma. It's so crazy how you don't even know. The smallest things could cause you to live with trauma. One day I was driving down the highway and my car literally my engine, transmission, whatever, blew into smoke. Thank God not a fire, but it blew into smoke. And I remember in that moment, right before it blew into smoke, I was pushing my car to see how fast it can go. So I was like, man, this is not going fast enough. And I kept adding pressure to the gas, right? Okay, so now I'm scared. I have a brand new car. Well, 2017, but I bought it in 2017. So yes, it's a brand new car to me still. I love him. Hey, Hugh, shout out to you. Bars, baby. Features $100. Anyways, now when I drive and I push on the gas, I automatically think, oh my God, it's gonna blow up to smokes, just like the first one did. But no, because it's a new car. That's just a small example, but it's also an example of trauma. Next, my opinion on men hitting women and women hitting men. First off, I don't condone anyone hitting anyone. I mean, I do, like, there are exceptions, you know? Women hitting men, especially. Not to say I'm for men hitting women, absolutely not. No, because I still do believe women should be fucking upheld with the most respect and fucking kiss the ground we fucking walk on because we are strong beings. We're the stronger of the two. No offense, guys. Now, back to women hitting men. I do not think you should raise your hand to a man unless you are ready for him to hit you back. This is just me saying, now in 2020, this day and age, you as a woman cannot be expected, should not expect to put her hand on a man and that man not hit her back. Again, not condoning it. I have 4 brothers and I would be super fucking pissed and I think I would have to jump them along with their significant other if I find out that he put his hands on her too. Like, that's just wrong. There are probably still men out there who are old-fashioned and people who raise their children in the old-fashioned sense, as in you respect women, you do not engage in arguments with women because the fact that she is a woman, and just don't raise your hand to a woman. But all I'm saying is, again, in this day and age, do not be surprised if he raises his hand back to you. People do not raise their children the same. People do not think the same anymore. So things evolve. Along with things evolving, so are gender rights, equality, and the way people raise their children. Just don't do it. If you hit a man, be ready for him to hit you back. And that's it, you know? I said what I said. Although some of you may argue that women and men do not have the same physical strength, there be women beating the fuck out of men. Like, weapons excluded. They genuinely duff the shit out of men. It should not be funny, but it is. I've heard people get punched in the face, and when I tell you the fucking sound that the fist makes to the jaw or the fist makes to the cheek is like crazy. Just don't hit a man. Next topic. I had asked all of you fuckers about toxic traits that you uphold. Okay, let's just start with that. I'm going to read some of your guys' response and then I'm going to tell you mine. Now, I answered them. Not all of my listeners follow me on Instagram. So for those who don't, I'll be like shortening what I said. And for those who do, this is another sign that you should fucking listen to me because I speak the motherfucking truth. Period, baby. Expecting others to fit my idea of them. That 110% true. I can relate, but the way you don't expect too much is to keep your expectations too low. And then your feelings don't get hurt because you're not as invested as you think that you should be. I check his phone too much. And I said, leave that man alone because one, what's done in the dark will always come to the light. And two, if you check his phone and you find what you're looking for, are you gonna leave? I saw a video Tamar Braxton said, if you are not gonna leave your man and he's cheating on you and you know, let him cheat in peace. And I understand that. I 110% back that up because you're gonna stress him out, but you're still gonna stay. You think he's gonna respect you? No, men respect women who don't deal with bullshit. Jealousy. I can be jealous too. Not giving a fuck about people's opinions. I don't think that's much of a toxic trait, but I can see where not giving a fuck about anyone, like in your life's opinion, can come off kind of like, all right, fuck you too then. I'm possessive. I'm possessive as well. That's the thing that I had to clarify over lovers or over the people in their life in general. I think for me, it's the people in my life in general. And I know that's kind of bad, but like I'm very territorial. I've noticed that about myself. Perfect example. My best friend, she said, oh, how's my Caden waiting? I looked at her like, he's not yours. And I told her like, he's not yours. And she's like, oh, my Caden waiting. I'm like, he's doing perfectly fine. But like I said, he's not yours. And like, it kind of became a thing, but not really a thing. Like one of those low-key passive aggressive things. And I noticed where I'm like, damn bitch, relax, because you was all over her nephew when he was just born. You know what I mean? So take a step back. I know she doesn't mean mine as in ownership, but I just was like, ew, you know? I know it's a thing. I'm working on it. Progress. Sorry, Lauren. I love you. Someone else wrote in everything, and he loves it because he's toxic too. Yeah, I know this person like the back of my motherfucking hand, and it's ridiculous. Like, my friend, you need to sit down and take a good look in the mirror because toxic is not okay. But then again, look, different strokes for different folks. If you want to be stressed out and handle your business. Actually, you know what? Scratch that whole healthy relationship shit. Handle your business. We're at the age where you're going to do what you want to do despite what anyone else says. So handle your business. No me importa. Next, not being able to take accountability. First off, for me, in my opinion, the fact that you said that you cannot take accountability is taking some kind of accountability because you are able to realize that you don't. And I said that too. Self-awareness is up. Just realize, take accountability, and fucking, take credit for that because you recognized your self-awareness was up and now you can work on the rest. Catch an attitude in 2.5 and go through the phone once in a blue. Don't let people take you out of the character you're working on. We try so hard when we're in good moods to be all like spiritual and shit, but as soon as we get upset and as soon as somebody puts us back in that mindset, the pettiness comes back, or we don't give a fuck about nothing spiritual, or all the work that we thought that we did just digresses. That's when the work is more important, is when you are upset because you need it. Of course, it's easy to put into work what you've been practicing if you're in a good mood. It's when shit goes down is when it really matters. Again, I catch my attitude too, so this is not the popcorn, the kettle black. Next. Someone said, it's crazy, I'm not sure. Again, like the other person I know on the back of my hand. Y'all need to take a good look in the mirror. And I told him this too. Oops. I told this person this too because I know the way you guys move. Next. My pettiness. I play tit for tat. Yes, that tit for tat. I will leave that shit alone real quick. That's just me personally. Some people have the energy for it. Some people have the time. Handle your business. Pero me? Nah, I don't. If I see the whole tit for tat thing, I just honestly, I tune it out, or I just don't even answer back. Because I'm not going to engage in that behavior. I've never been the type to engage in that behavior. And when I see that I am engaging in that behavior, I try to remove myself from the situation, or remove myself from dealing with that person in that moment. You know what I mean? Let me go, let me get my head clear and come back and deal with this like in a quote unquote adult. I'm toxic to myself. I second guess myself too much. Fucking felt. But we are our biggest cheerleaders, okay? And we need to be the ones, just as much as we are hard on ourselves, we need to be the ones to bring us down to reality and fucking realize, like, hey, let's look at the whole situation. Take a step outside of your feelings and look at everything. Like me when I started my dental job again. I'm so hard on myself, I really am. I've been there 3 days. My supervisor says to me, I don't know why the fuck you are expecting to remember everything and you haven't been in the field in 3 years and you've only been here for 3 days. Literally, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, she sat me down and spoke to me. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I should know a lot more. Like the doctor doesn't like me and I don't know what. Literally the hyperventilating. When I tell you dental assisting makes me feel like I'm fucking stupid. It does. But I ain't no quitter, and I'm gonna ride the fucking bus till the wheels fall off. And I've been saying that, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm gonna do it. Like, onto my toxic traits. And I'm gonna try and do this without ragging on myself. All right. I apply too much pressure on myself. Like I said, I just am hard on myself for absolutely no reason. But the specific thing that I'm talking about now is to keep my body shape, not to gain too much, but then keep it small enough. Stomach meaning, you know? The pressure is insane when you hear it your whole life. My whole life, I've heard, oh my God, like your butt is so big and your hips are so wide and your stomach is so small. Like you have a great body and hourglass. Oh my God, you're so lucky and you're so blessed. And although I am grateful, there is an unapplied pressure when you hear that all the time and you start to think that it validates your looks. I started to think that it validated my looks. Everyone wants to look like that. Hourglass, small waist, big hips, fat ass, whatever. But the problem is when that is how you see your worth, it becomes everything, okay? For a while, that is how I saw my worth. I'm like, oh, okay, well, my ass is fat though, so whatever. You know, forget the personality. That was like a while ago me. Now, obviously, I care about who I am more internally and on a mental level than just the outside because I know damn well I'm fuckable. I just need to want to be fuckable in the mind and in the characteristic traits. You know what I mean? I feel like now I'm in a point where I've eased off the pressure because I have a double chin and my arms jiggle. I have stretch marks. I literally don't care. I mean, my stomach is not hanging or anything, but I got a little pouch and I don't care. It's okay. I don't think that I need to be a certain size in order for someone to find me attractive, in order for someone to want to get to know me. And I don't think that it validates my worth. It's a good plus because I'm a cool ass bitch, but it does not validate my worth. Another thing, I don't trust myself. I'm always second guessing myself, and I know a lot of people, they think like that too. The only thing I will say though, when it comes to people, I trust my gut. It's so weird. I just feel vibes, bro. Like an aura, you know? Number 3, I have it in the back of my mind that people don't care about me as much as they do in reality. When I have a falling out with a friend or a family member, the fact that I don't speak to them affects them. And I mean, it should, because we're close, but I always get surprised at how much, you know? And that's more of a reflection of how I see myself. Like, oh, okay, they're not missing much. But in reality, they miss the fuck out of me. And of course, I miss the fuck out of them too. But it's just like, wow, like, oh my God, you like me that much? Like, you love me this much? Like, you care about me? You care if I talk to you? You know? It's more of a shock, which is kind of sad because of how low that I think of my presence in people's life, my influence in their life, or the way that I affect them. I need to step that shit up. I'm a prize, baby. Okay, next and last. I'm very moody. Now, I'm not sure if it's a toxic trait, but I personally don't think that I'm moody. I'm saying that because I think the people around me think that I'm moody. But if everyone is saying something, it has to be you, not them. Right, whatever. So, therefore, hi, my name is Kendra and I'm moody. Hi, Kendra. I think this is the problem with being a bubbly and people person. When you are not and you keep to yourself, or when you have those moments / days where you want to just chill, people already expect you to be hyper, and they already expect you to be up, and they already expect you to be active. So when you're not, they think something's wrong because of the way you usually present yourself. I'm gonna have to cut that shit out, because sometimes I just want to be by myself. I want to listen to my music and I want to do my work. Come into work, have a job, listen to music, and fucking leave. I am not bipolar. I don't think that I'm moody, but the people around me might say that I am. So therefore, I guess I would say that I am. Because thinking about it, what people think of you always has something, even if it's a little bit, to do with how you think of yourself. All right, guys, that is all the time we have today here on Something Worth Listening To. No, really though, I appreciate everyone who wrote in. I still have a lot more, so don't think that I ran out of things to tell you, because I'm just getting started. And again, SWLT by Ken. That is my Instagram. Feel free to fucking write me. Let's be interactive. Let's talk to each other. I am in a point in my life where this is all new for me. Balancing. I'm not a balancer. I am horrible with balancing. It's always one thing that teeters the other. But I genuinely feel that 6 weeks time, I'll have my dental assisting down to how my doctor likes it, all while still giving you guys quality content. I got a review from one of my favorite listeners, actually, that last week's episode was not as interesting because, you know, he's not a bad bitch. He's not a bitch. He's a man. So next week, I am going to be joined by a male guest, and I personally think that he brings off real N-word vibes. I gotta find another way to put that because I don't say the N-word, but if you do, that's fine. He had different strokes for different folks. And I'm excited to have him on. I think you guys are gonna like him. He's very creative, he's super handsome, and yeah, fucking stay tuned, bitches. Next week on Something Worth Listening To. Come back next Tuesday. Please don't forget about me, because I'm gonna be here till the day I fucking die. Okay?